Consecutive draws for Barcelona in La Liga as their lead has now been cut to 7 points after a couple of wins over that period from Atletico Madrid, chasing them hard. They drew a blank against 10th place Getafe, tiny Getafe from the suburbs of Madrid, coming to Camp Nou and putting on a display that shows that they were good enough, or rather Barcelona weren't good enough to take the three.
I think what happened, Ross, was that Getafe ruffled the feathers of Barcelona. They really got in their face. There were some, borderline challenges. They were really upset the rhythm of Barca. Iniesta came off the bench, so that tells you, how important the game was to try and just push them over the line. Barcelona had the vast majority of possession, but if you look at the stats as far as shots on and shots off, it was fairly even Steven actually, and Getafe had some decent chances. I'm not saying that there were golden opportunities, but Barcelona most certainly had the better opportunities. But they didn't have it their own way, and maybe just the way that they went about it, just leaving the foot in, a little bit of elbows, knocking people off the ball. It was effective. It wasn't a great game to watch, but Barcelona looked pretty solid, to be honest.
When you look at how Valverde has them at the moment, and now he's got obviously the addition of Coutinho, who started but came off for Iniesta. He was able to welcome back Ousmane Dembele as well, back from his injury.
Yeah, he didn't look great though, did he? What
is the best formation that's going to work with them two in the side?
Well, I think it's more of the same. I think what they're trying to do is try and spell Iniesta and Coutinho. I think that's eventually where Coutinho's going to be deployed as far as Iniesta, because what a sensational player he's been. He can't go on forever. So I think that's what's going to happen with him. As far as Dembele is concerned, I think he's got a lot to learn. He's got a long, long way before he's integrated into this Barcelona system. I think what he'll go back to is just play Messi off Suarez, and it's been very, very effective. I mean, no two ways about that. Paulinho's been playing sensationally well, popping up with the odd goal, but doing the things that Barcelona do. Rakitic has been terrific. So I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. But I think Yerry Mina coming in, the big, massive Colombian central defender, he looked a real threat from set pieces, which they haven't looked like a threat in previous months gone by. He looks a decent player, to say the least. Titi is very strong. But when Vermaelen came in, when we thought they were really struggling for a partner with Piqué, he came in and played very well. So I think defensively, which is the bedrock of the side, it looks very, very solid. And obviously going forward with Lionel, it's get the ball to him time, So I don't think there's any cause for concern. I think that La Liga is fairly well safe, but they look a little bit beyond that, don't they, in the Champions League? So
yes, seems to be buttoned up, and maybe they can afford to just take their foot a little bit off the accelerator in preparation, of course, the massive round of 16 tie with Chelsea coming up in this coming Champions League period. Keep it here, ESPN FC, as we keep across La Liga and all of the world football stories.